My name is Mahek and you are watching The Daily Deck with Mahek, my daily news show where I go over startup and tech news for the day. And I post videos Mondays through Thursday between 9 to 10 a.m. on this channel. So with that, let's get into our first story of the day. First up in the news, TechCrunch posted an article over the weekend going over what are the background of venture capitalists. The information I'm about to show here is associated with individuals that are part of a firm and have made at least one investment on behalf of that firm. The top 5 universities that investors have gone to are Harvard, Stanford, University of Penn, MIT, and Columbia University. In the top 10 universities, 7 out of the 8 Ivy League schools were mentioned in the top 10, with Brown missing, being ranked number 15th. So whenever you look at VCs as a whole and how many of them attended undergrad compared to masters compared to PhDs, only 28% of VCs finished at their undergrad. The majority of VCs have gone on to do their masters as well, with 57% doing their masters. Out of the 57% of people that went on to do their masters, 80% of them were doing their MBAs. After that, 16% of people went on to get their PhDs. Overall, MBA holders make up a little bit of under a half of venture capitalists, with over 49% having MBAs in the VC workplace. What are your thoughts on this? Do you see this changing over time? I know a lot of my friends that are now out here in Silicon Valley that are making companies and hope to someday get into the VC space aren't people with degrees. So I'm interested to see how this landscape changes over time. I'm interested to hear your thoughts about it as well. Make sure to put them in the comments down below. And now let's go into our rapid fire segment of the day. This is us going into news stories that weren't long enough to make a full segment, but you need to know about them. First up in rapid fire, Travis Kalanick is starting a new fund. He's calling it the 10-100 Fund, and it's focused on real estate, e-commerce, and emerging innovations in India and China. Next up in rapid fire, Bird has raised $100 million at a $300 million evaluation. Their goal is to become the Uber of electric scooters. So very similar to Scoot doing that here in San Francisco with Vespas. Last up in rapid fire, the Merrell twins have launched a show promoting women in STEM. I highly recommend checking it out, mainly because I'm also in it. It documents us creating a consumer product and what it took to make the product. If you want to learn more about what I just mentioned or any of the other stories that I go through today, make sure to go down to the comments down below and check out our sources. So for our second story of the day, next up in the news, we're going to be discussing Magic Leap and how they have just raised $461 million, with Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Investment Fund leading that round along with new investors. This comes after they raised $502 million back in October from Temask. This is all, to be clear, with no product. They just raised their Series D and they've raised $2.3 billion in total. They have said that they are releasing smart glasses later on this year, so I'm interested to see what is next for Magic Leap and why they have raised so much money to date. TechCrunch has pointed out that it looks like they are trying to build all of the hardware and software on their own. Business Insider reported that Magic Leap is spending $50 million monthly for its 1,400 employees across their 9 offices. So with that, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this story and where you think Magic Leap is going. Next up in the news, we are going to be discussing Snapchat and Instagram and how they have temporarily cut ties with Giphy. Giphy is an integration that lets you add a GIF to your Snapchat or Instagram story. The reason why Snapchat and Instagram have removed Giphy for the time being is because they were able to add an incredibly racist GIF to their image. Snapchat confirmed to TechCrunch that they will be removing Giphy, until we can be sure that this won't happen again while we wait for Giphy's team to take a look at it. A Twitter user by the name of Leana Ogman also shared an image of the same GIF being on Instagram, and Instagram has also removed the feature from their platform. I'm not going to show the tweet here for obvious reasons, but you can check that out in the description down below. This isn't the first time Snapchat has been under fire. In 2016, they made an augmented reality face filter that made users' eyes look slanted. With that, I'm interested to see what Giphy does to prohibit GIFs like this from being used in the future. I'm interested to see where that goes from here. So with that, if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you didn't like this video, tell me why, because it's really important to me that you enjoy these videos and like watching them, because it's a lot of fun for me to make them. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace!